All right, Shalom. This is a brother from GMS New Orleans. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and finance to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shabbat, Shem, Kakadash. The honors once again to the elder apostles of GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to the hopeful elect. All right, and this video is the Crumbling cities. This is going into a video that was dropped yesterday. All right, officially from the city of New Orleans. All right, which I made past videos going into the situation going on out here in New Orleans. And I made past videos about how this is going to trickle out into other cities. But this is from the article. All right, this is from Fox News, Fox 8 down here in New Orleans. All right, it says the city of New Orleans is running out of money. Officials warn that there may be not enough money, not enough to pay police, firefighters, and the city workers for the rest of the year, after audits reveal $100 million deficit and only $8 million left in the surplus budget. All right, and this shit been going on. Come to find out, this has been going on before the shutdown, the government shutdown. All right, this is going on before that, and they only saying they have really. You go deeper into this, they find out they only have about a month left of money. All right, in the whole thing. But meanwhile, earlier this year, they was partying for the Super Bowl. They was partying for the Mardi Gras shit. All right. But like I said in the past, and plenty of other brothers down here throughout the camp have given their testimony. All right. On a regular day down here, man, you call the cops, it may take you 2 to 3 days for the cops to come, man. You go on certain streets, there's no street lights, there's no lights on the highway. All right. They prop up stop signs on a tripod at a corner, and shit just going to shit, man. All right, and I said in plenty of other videos in the past. All right, this is one of those places that I can definitely see. This is one of those places I can definitely see being just like Detroit, man. All right, that's just me speaking as a man. I can see this place definitely being like Detroit. When you go down into Detroit, all the houses are boarded up. It's trash, grass overgrown, old abandoned warehouses. Because that's how it's starting to be, man. Like even now, when it comes to the real estate market, for as buying and selling homes, you go through, and I said it before on past videos, you go through some of these neighborhoods, it just a for rent sign at the for rent sign, for lease sign on these buildings, and they've been like that. All right. And these motherfuckers are hurting, man. All right. There already been major layoffs going on. Different other parts of different sectors have moved on to AI. All right. So these people are really hurting, man. All right. And like I say, as far as New Orleans itself, it's stuck in the Stone Age, man. All right. I might play the video because you can see that on the video that I have. It's the the new mayor. All right, the new mayor that they have. She even mentioned it, man. All right, but I'll read it again. I'll read it again, man. Slocky. Yeah, it says this is from Fox 8 News down here in New Orleans. It says the city of New Orleans is running out of money. Officials warn there might not be enough to pay police, firefighters, and city workers for the rest of the year. All right. After audits reveal $100 million deficit and only $8 million left in the surplus budget, man. All right. So that's it. All right. Chicken's coming home to roost, man. The system is failing. All right. And like I said, if you don't, if you blink too fast, you'll look up. A lot of these other major cities gonna follow suit too. All right. Especially you Jake cities, man. Where you got Jake mayors, women mayors and shit. These niggas, all they do is steal. All right. But I'm a get this scripture real fast. Salaka. Not this one. We'll get the other scripture. All right. This is a quick scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 15. Neither should there be work for Egypt, which the head nor tail, branch or rush may do. All right. And it's not going to be any work because at the end of the day, When you can't pay those firemen, you can't pay those the firefighters and city workers, it's gonna be a uproar, man. All right, and they already saying even with this government shutdown, you having soldiers are not able to pay their bills, and a lot of them are in food bank lines and shit, man. So the same thing's gonna happen down here. You know, you got the videos in this past week. You got the N Dub out there talking about how if she don't, even with those SNAP benefits, I forgot about that. The SNAP benefits happening or being cut off on November 1st. You got so many jigs saying how they're gonna run up in the stores and just take what they want. All right, and if that's the case, these other police officers, city workers, and they're gonna rage, man. All right, which can trickle down to something bigger, you know. But this was going on down here, man. Like I said, I didn't said it before in the past. I can believe this is gonna be one of the first cities to crumble, right along with Oakland. You know, San Francisco, man. All right, I think San Bernardino, California too. You know, we see the situation going on in Detroit. You see the situation going on in Philly. All right, a lot of these cities are not able to sustain, no, hold itself up any longer, man. All right, and they're gonna fall, and they're gonna look for a new way, and the government's gonna come with a new way. All right, that's that digital ID Great Reset. All right, implementation of the mark of the beast, right along with AI and whatever else they have set up. All right, it's like that's my fault. But yeah, you can see this happening, man, right before your eyes. And like I said, the brothers here in New Orleans, we witnessing it, man. All right, we see how you go in the city of New Orleans. You don't see the police for months. Sometimes the only time you might see them is for some type of event down here downtown. You know, around the French Quarter Canal. But when you trickle out into these Jake neighborhoods, they don't never come. It's like the movies or the different sitcoms when a character calls the police and they don't never come. That's what we dealing with. No lights on. You know, certain situations with the water is all messed up. Or the lights by the energy company are cut off for hours at a time, days at a time. All right. So this is one of those cities. They're not able to sustain themselves, man. But I'm gonna get this scripture too. Then I get out of here, man. You know, oldie but goodie, but it is on time. I'm trying to see where I'm gonna start at. Oh, okay. I started at the top. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, "Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, all right, which the evil days come not, while the evil days come not." All right. And we up on the evil days, man. We up on the days of sedition amongst men. We up on the evil days of anarchy, all right, famine of bread and water, all right, all out chaos, all right. And as you can see from the article I read, and I said in the end, I might play the videos. It's the same thing, all right. But these cities, all right, these mayors and these government officials are not able to keep New Orleans as a whole running, man. All right. And where there's one hole and one leak, is many. All right. And it goes on to say, while the evil days draw not, uh now the year draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. All right. When the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, neither the clouds return after the rain. And this is the point right here. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, all right, and you see the keepers of the house now trembling, man. Those are who run the economy, all right, starting with the elites. It's trembling at the markets now, man. Our sectors are closing down. Big box chain companies, whether big or small or mom and pop, they're starting to shut down at a rapid pace. All right. You also having situations where these companies are starting to move out of America, man, due to tariffs, due to other things happening here, man. All right. Like I said, I just made a video about. I'm starting to notice a couple of people that in close proximity of me that are of the other nations that just came over here under Joe Biden because he opened the borders up. Now they're going back. They're going back home because they said this is not what they thought America was, man. All right, and they're hurting. What it goes on to say, when in the days of, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinding cease. All right, which we always go into this. The grinding ceasing represent there's no work. All right, there's no money. You can see these prophecies are playing out. All right, it's hard to find a job now. Super hard to find a job. It already was hard. Now it's even harder to find a job. All right, you got where one particular guy seen yesterday, a dude and put over 100 and I said 100, between 130 to 150 resumes, and nobody called. All right, nobody called, man. All right, and these the Becky's, the nigger woman. All right, a lot of these Edomites, they're starting to rage against the machine, man. They're starting to rage because they can't find work. You know, and they throw out their credentials to say how they got PhDs, bachelor's, associate's degrees, and yet they still can't find any damn thing, man. Right along with the guy that has a boatload of experience. All right, and this is systematically happening. All right, they're actually bringing in AI to replace you people, man. All right, let me finish this. It says in the grinding cease because they are few, meaning there ain't gonna be ain't no work, man. All right, and though they look out of the windows be darkened, you know, which looking out of the windows be darkened represents there's no future here in America. All right, place is done. All right, we talking about, and I would say this: we talking about a so-called a major city as New Orleans, which it ain't major. This is a piece of shit, man. I'm just cutting it straight. I'm cutting it straight. All right, this is a hellhole of a city. All right, and the embarrassment even of a city. But you know, and it's showing you they can't keep the doors open, man. All right, they can't keep the doors open. On top of having all these events year round, major basketball team, major football team, yet they can't keep the doors open, man. All right, this they through. All right, this is it, man. All right, and it says, "And the doors be shutting, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low," which we can see. All right, 300,000 laid off here, 16,000 here laid off. All right, another 5,000 here laid off at this company. All right, as soon these people are gonna rage in the streets. All right, that's the other scripture. The money, like we said, we did, and this is a spinoff from Camp, man. At some point in your city, your town, you're gonna see money blowing through the air because people are gonna. It's gonna be no work. It's gonna be no jobs, no money. All right, and these cities, like I said before, these cities around America, starting with here, starting with L.A., starting with Philly, you know, Detroit to the world. These cities are gonna these states are gonna crumble, man. All right. All right. On top of the money that these corrupt politicians and shits are stealing, man. It says, in the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low, and there shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and the daughters of music shall be brought low, which we already see that the daughters of music was brought low. All right. All right. Degenerate music, degenerate noise, man. All right. These singers and celebrities, they're not bringing it in like they used to back in the 90s, 80s. All right. So this is it, man. You know, before I go out, I'll play the video, which is, like I said, is the same thing I went into, but they show the future. This is the Mary Leck down here, in which she ain't gonna be able to keep it all together. All right.
Council members are calling for an emergency budget hearing. Gabby Killett says that it's due in part to the government shutdown.
Which it was before that.
Chief Administrative Officer Joe Threat says that the city's cash flow issue is worse than city leaders thought. Mayor-elect Helena Moreno and Councilman Joe Giarrusso say they held an urgent meeting with Threat this morning. The council members explained Threat said they may not be able to afford payroll for the rest of the year. Giarrusso says it's because the city fronts money for FEMA, and that due to limitations from contracts and the federal government shutdown, reimbursements have lagged. He says the situation requires immediate action. This is on a super compressed time frame now, where we're learning information on a Tuesday. We're going to have a budget committee meeting on Wednesday to discuss the particulars so we can suss it all out and find solutions. And then Thursday, potentially taking some action. This is yet another hit to the budget. And so now, we just need to ensure that the public knows that there's something else that's not good that's about to be discussed tomorrow, and that we all need to work together to figure out solutions. The risk to payroll comes after a legislative auditor found the city has a $160 million deficit. Geruso and Moreno assure city employees that resolving this issue is a top priority. They say they hope to do so with legislative action and that they will discuss the matter with city officials tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. It's not clear how much longer the city can pay its workers if this issue
is a month. It's a month. You all right? When you look into that situation, they only got a month, this upcoming month left to pay them, possibly, man. All right, or the end of this month to pay them. All right, they don't have no more money. All right, you don't have no more money, man. This is it. Like I said, Jake ain't gonna work for free, man. All right, Edom ain't gonna work for free. What the brother say? Amazon planning to replace 600,000 workers with robots. Hey, that's true. Con, brother. Yeah, so with that, man, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, infinite honors to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Bashem, Rakagadash. Once again, double honors to the elders apostles of GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations again to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.